So it's actually been penciled in. Deontay Wilder is going to fight Tyson Fury February 22nd. And I'm actually quite looking forward to this particular fight. In my opinion, obviously Anthony Joshua holds all of the other titles, but in my opinion, whoever wins this fight is the second best heavyweight on the planet. You can make an argument that obviously until Anthony Joshua fights Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, we don't know for sure who's the best. But in terms of his resume and the people that he's beaten so far, it in my opinion, it far outweighs anything that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder have accomplished so far. So, despite his loss to Andy Ruiz, in my opinion, the fact that he's managed to avenge that loss, and if you take into consideration all the people that he's beat in the past, you have to put Anthony Joshua as number one at this moment in time. What I'm hoping is that Tyson Fury actually wins this particular fight against Deontay Wilder, so he gets the WBC title, and then we can have a massive unification fight back in the UK, Wembley Stadium, with Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. In my opinion, that will literally break all pay-per-view records in the UK. Literally, and not only just the UK pay-per-view records, I believe it's going to draw a massive interest, even globally, because obviously you got a unification fight there, with which involves all the belts. But obviously, this all depends on whether Anthony Joshua can keep hold of his titles. If he fights Usyk or Pulev, who are his mandatories. But let's just assume hypothetically that he does manage to hold the belts, and Tyson Fury manages to beat Wilder. I think it's a massive fight. In the UK, their first fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury was a very competitive fight. A lot of people say it was a robbery for Tyson Fury, but I don't really look at it in that type of way. Despite the knockdowns that he suffered and the fact that he managed to get up from the knockdowns, the fact remains, a lot of fighters, if they got style where they tend to showboat, and and they also are quite elusive, it could actually look from first viewing that they're actually easily winning the fight. But if you actually look at it from the perspective of how many punches each fighter lands, if you look at it from that perspective and don't take into consideration all the showboating and all the dodges that Tyson Fury was doing, it was quite a competitive fight. Now, in my opinion, the reason why this fight has gotten a bit more interesting was because of Tyson Fury's fight with Otto Wallen. Obviously, Otto Wallen managed to cause a massive gash in Tyson Fury's eye. And obviously, for me, that's another factor in the fight. If before that fight, 100% for if there was a rematch between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, I think Tyson Fury would have easily won. But now that Otto Wallin actually caused that particular gash in his eye, it doesn't tip it 100% towards Deontay Wilder, but it does make it a bit closer in my opinion. Obviously, the Tyson Fury that fought Deontay Wilder the first time was nowhere near um, as good as the Tyson Fury that fought Klitschko in Germany all them years ago. This was this was after all of his drug binges and his 3 years off the ring and all of that stuff. So this Tyson Fury, obviously he's a little bit less ring rusty. He's been in the ring quite a few times, and obviously he's not been suffering from inactivity as much as he did when he first fought Deontay Wilder. But for a lot of people, that Tyson Fury that was at 60% was enough to actually beat Deontay Wilder. So this Tyson Fury that's coming into this fight, February 22nd against Deontay Wilder, he should perform a lot better. But obviously with boxing, it could be that Deontay Wilder sees something in Tyson Fury that he believes he can exploit. Obviously, the first time, I believe Tyson Fury did get inside his head a bit, and he was a little bit reckless. The way for Deontay Wilder to actually win this particular fight is to not let Tyson Fury get into his head, which is a difficult thing to do, to not let him do because of his ability to trash talk and also his showboating and the way he Deontay Wilder in general, it does seem to be a bit of a dark, reckless character. He does seem to get infuriated, and he does seem to be emotionally temperamental. So the way Deontay Wilder wins this fight is to jab with Fury. Don't throw too many hooks, but when he throws jabs, jab with him, and also counter his counter if possible, and also don't let him get inside his head, and don't get reckless, and try to go to the body as well, because Tyson Fury has got very good head movement for his size, and he does have good foot movement. But if he hits the body, it could slow him down towards the end of the fight. And on top of that, it can help him set up his right hand as well. So that could be one way that Deontay Wilder can particularly create dividends for himself later in the fight by going to the body early. In terms of Tyson Fury, the way he can win this particular fight is by frustrating Wilder by constantly moving around, showboating as much as he possibly can, and also just getting inside his head as soon as the fight is signed. You should try to get inside his head, try to infuriate him, try to irritate him. Do whatever you can to get inside his head, so you make a Wilder reckless. And when he does seem to get reckless, it does seem to throw them wild punches. Obviously, Fury can counter him, but obviously Tyson Fury needs to avoid that right hand. That right hand is almost like a dynamite. You saw it with the Luis Ortiz fight. Luis Ortiz was winning every single round until before the knockdown, before the knockout with that particular right hand. So it's like what Deontay Wilder himself said. They have to be perfect for 36 minutes of the fight to win against him, but he only has to be perfect for 2 seconds just to land that right hand, and that'll be enough to stop any heavyweight in the world. So, in my opinion, this is in a way a 50-50 fight in the sense that because of the cut and obviously Tyson Fury does seem to have off performances at times. He's obviously going to be smart enough not to take Wilder lightly, but I'm very much looking forward to this particular fight, and I can't wait to see what actually happens when they do fight. So that's my opinion, people. Tell me what you think below, and obviously just like and comment, like and subscribe to this particular channel. I've got more content coming your way. Peace out.